Okay. Hi, we are David and Marisol, and today we are going to talk about the solid erosion assessment in arid region. In this case study, we're going to talk about specifically the Wadi Nagamish in the northwest coast of Egypt. And well, first of all, we're going to talk about the problem. The problem here is that this part of Egypt is suffering from a terrible water-induced soil erosion, and that causes that tons of good fertile soil are lost every year. And this, of course, affects the local population and its economy. And well, as like a background context, land degradation is quickly becoming a high priority issue due to the fact that around 75 billion tons of fertile land are lost every year all around the world.
And well, we identified two objectives of this study. The first one is to evaluate the soil erosion in Wadi Nagamish based in the revised universal soil loss equation. And we are going to talk about this equation in the next slide. The second objective is to enhance the importance of a scientific study to prepare an appropriate management plan. And well, the methodology that was used in this study is based on the equation that I mentioned before, and it is shown in the screen. And as you can see, it consists in 5 variables. This equation shows the result for A, that means the annual soil loss. And the first variable that it involves is R, that is the erosivity factor due to the density of precipitation. This means that it can be calculated based on an average rainfall that can be recorded by a meteorological station. The second one is K, that means erodibility factor based on chemical and physical properties of the soil that is going to be studied. The third one is LS, and it means the slope and steepness. And the next one is C, that means the cover management factor, and it can be calculated using a vegetation cover index that can be extracted from satellite image. And the last one is P, that is the support practice factor, and it refers to the types of conservation actions or practices that are taken in a given area. And as you can see in the diagram that is shown in the screen, well, it explains all that I mentioned.
Okay, and now we are going to talk about a little bit of the results. And before talking about the actual results of the study, we have to mention some of the key findings that were made. And first, they studied the geomorphological units of this Wadi Nagamish. And here they are presented. It's mostly, the vast majority of the area are tablelands, which is this like flat surface. And it's divided in high table, low table, and moderate table, depending on the altitudes. And as you can see, it's 78% of the total area. And these along the sandy plains are they are soils that lack ground cover. They are mostly coarse sand. It's very low organic matter, and they don't hold water well. So that's a very important thing that we're going to take into account to analyze the results and the conclusions. And as you can see, the smallest portion of this Wadi Nagamish is the basin that is near the coast, and well, the Wadi Wadi is basically the Arabian term for dry river. And okay, so we can go to the results Okay, so as you can see, this graph shows the total soil erosion calculated. It talks about how many tons of land could be lost per hectare every year. And as you can see, the highest values are in the sand plains and in the high, moderated, especially moderated and low tables. And so basically the biggest values of soil erosion are presented in these units. And now the question is why? Why does the tablelands and the sandy plains, why do those units suffer the most soil erosion? Well, it's basically because of ground cover. As we saw in the previous themes of the last week, ground cover is an essential part of soil that provides like an anchor effect for soil. So when rainfall and heavy water seasons occur, soil isn't dragged away. So as the results here are explained, the maximum values were found in the high tableland where the most soil erosion is happening. About this is the highest value, but it's about 0.69 tons of hectares per year that are lost, which is a lot. And the lowest values were in the Wadi, alluvian terraces and basin. Why? Because they consist a lot more of clay, which is a different type of soil that can hold more organic matter and water. And these two factors by themselves can help a lot on the soil retention, and they avoid of the erosion problem. And well, basically, the conclusions will be that the scarcity of natural cover and lack of agricultural activities lead to a bigger vulnerability of soil erosion, and land basins, alluvial terraces, and valleys are less exposed to water erosion because of the previously said. And well, with this to take it into account, we can say that in case that the government of Egypt wants to reduce its erosion problem, it should increase the ground cover of this area. And well, yeah, that's basically it. Let me show you some of the references that we used. And that's everything. Thank you.